If you've ever gone to bed exhausted and somehow your brain decided that it was time to do a performance review of your entire life, stay with us.
If you're confused about why this episode is the way that it is, it's because we're going to talk about laughing in sleep.
We are.
We're already doing. So this is one of our episodes that we're recording in person as a fun fest.
What?
Us back.
Hello. Oh, to give us everyone a tour. Like, do a quick go around.
So we're still.
I realized this was supposed to be clipped on me, and I'm not clipped it yet. Oh, keep going.
Keep laughing is what we're trying to say. So today's episode is a little bit about laughter and sleep. Now, when we talking about this subject, we're not talking about like falling asleep laughing. We're actually really just talking about how laughter and the hormone changes that happen with laughter
Right.
probably be a really good thing for sleep. So when I think about like laughing, I keep thinking about that would be like really revving you up and like waking you up.
Right. Well, this is a little bit different because we're not talking about like arousal, like a threat kind of perception arousal, which is usually what most anxiety is. And by the way, those of us kind of living with insomnia and it is anxiety and it's that threat reaction response that keeps your brain alert and activated. Laughter is actually a little bit different in terms of that. It's a disarming kind of response for your nervous system. And that's why we're talking about it. And that's why this episode is shaky.
Well, so we're talking about it. One of the things that, we drove to Orlando, which is where this conference is, and that problem that I've been having with my shoulder?
Yeah. You're
That's
getting
the
some
arm.
physical therapy
This is
with.
the arm I'm using to hold the
Uh-oh. Here, I can hold it. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. We've also never really done it. This first episode live in not the studio setting or over a video, like using remote recording.
I mean, technically, we did record one earlier today.
We did. Oh, let us know if you guys saw that one. Wait, and you did the early morning.
My early morning shirt.
Yeah, it looks like Michelle was having a Blair Witch moment in like my driveway before
If you
we
did
came
see
here. Was that?
please let us know.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna actually talk about a little bit about the biology about why humor helps insomnia. Is a lot of the times why your brain can't settle down is because it's hypervigilant. And what Dan was saying before, hypervigilance usually is thought of in a negative context. And with that negative context, we have like the fear response and our fight or flight.
Right.
One of the things with laughter, it kind of unhinges our brain. It becomes kind of this unconscious section. And that's actually a really good thing for sleep because this hyperstimulation, we're almost alerting ourselves and being in too much control. And one of the things to get into sleep, particularly deep sleep, so you might even fall asleep, but to get to deep sleep, you actually need to relax even your subconscious. And
well, absolutely. And this is a key thing when you're talking about when you actually stop paying attention to your sleep, you sleep better. And laughter can help you do that. It can help you really start to put space between the worry about sleep or the worry about the negative consequences of poor sleep and your actual ability to achieve rest.
Yeah, and if you want to hear about that, you have to listen to an upcoming episode that we're going to be talking about those traps of trying too hard.
Yes, it's a dark hole. So that we were gonna. But well, Michelle, let's talk about what are some practical real world ways that you can, use laughter to help you sleep better.
So one of the ways that you can use laughter, and whether or not you're with a partner or with somebody else, is you can think of something very lighthearted, and that can help distract you from maybe your brain being like alerted by.
Yeah. It's lighthearted right now, like holding this phone, girl, like on my arm right now. Like clearly I need to like lift more weights and then
I think
take out Jim.
Okay, we're gonna regroup. I'm gonna hold it again.
Oh no. Oops. Look at that. Team effort right here.
This is part of the therapy, we have to go until we have to tap out. Like yep. No, it's not our time. So laughing when you're dealing with insomnia, particularly, let's say you are sharing something lighthearted with another person.
Sure.
Or let's say you have an animal that you can kind of just look at something funny. So in my office practice, some people will like to play with a cat or a dog, and they'll like throw a toy, and then they'll like laugh with something funny, like the dog will overshoot, the toy, and then have their little like circle back on it and then bring it back to you and drop it. So that's just a different type of laughter if you don't have
For
to.
sure. Yeah. Well, and I think it's important what not to do with laughter too. Like you don't want to scroll on your phone endlessly in bed, like looking for funny content. You don't want to pressure laughter as a technique. You want to do this maybe a little bit earlier in your evening as a way to just kind of like unwind. And it could be like watching this video, which maybe we are a little Blair Witchy right now and when we're recording here. But the goal is to help you kind of like be like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? And
Right.
yeah, that's the whole goal of laughter from that perspective. So, a common misconception that happens is if I laugh, I'll get wired. That maybe Michelle, you can talk a little bit about the difference between joyful kind of arousal and then like threat arousal. Like, what are the differences there?
Well, like sleep doesn't have to be serious. And so one of the things that happens is if you have had any issues with insomnia or you had a bad night of sleep prior, then you kind of sit there and you're almost overly focused about it. And when you become overly focused about something, you're expecting perfection. And the sleep isn't a perfect thing. And actually, even going into sleepiness isn't perfect. So you want to reframe a little bit about kind of that appropriate laughter. So you don't want to laugh about, like your worst night
Mhm.
of sleep, and you don't
No.
you don't want to overly dramatize whether it's a good night's sleep or a bad night's sleep. So this happens a lot where someone says, "Well, last night I did this, this, and this, and tonight if I don't do this, this, and this, exactly the same way, then it won't work out very
Right.
well."
Exactly. I mean, I think a key thing to remember is sleep happens best when your nervous system feels safe, feels calm, feels relaxed. And if there's some genuine ways to make that happen, like 100%, that's really the goal. And I mean, why not do that when we're like here in this lovely, wow, look at that. That might be a little much. Sorry for those of you if that was a little too like nausea inducing of an experience, but
So, I mean, really, the trickle B is try using laughter and sleep, maybe in the evening. It doesn't have to be just like whining and in seriousness. Maybe do a little bit of kind of unhinging and unhooking with some laughter. It's a great way to spend some time with a significant other,
Mhm.
friend, and it doesn't have to be always in person either.
Or you can record a podcast. You could start a comedy
You can record a
podcast.
podcast. So it's in the middle of the day right now. We have not been drinking. It's probably been about an hour or two since you had a cup of coffee. Also,
I know. I think I need more again. I'm ready for more caffeine.
but we hope that you let us know how you're dealing with laughter and sleep, or if this has helped you in the past.
Mhm.
Because if it is something that you haven't tried before, you really need to try and incorporating this, like, pure joy. Laughter is off the rails
Mhm.
sometimes,
Mhm.
and sometimes that feels like we were saying, this thing that could be too alerting to use at night with sleep, and it's really not.
Right. Yeah.
Don't read more into it than
Right. Exactly. In fact, I would say if the laughter itself helps you disconnect from that worry about your sleep or that like anticipation of, am I going to get good sleep or not? Even better. So, and
yeah,
we're
like,
tag teaming our arm holding of the iPhone right here,
think
Michelle.
about
Great
it like
job.
the
Here,
kids.
high five. Look at that.
The
High
kids say,
five to you,
like,
Sleep
it's not
Nation.
that deep. So, sleep laughter also is
Yeah, it's like, does your kid tell you
very
that? Does your
superficial.
kid say 6, 7? Girl, that's a whole thing. Okay.
It does
No,
not make me laugh, I will tell you.
yeah,
Right now,
I
it's
don't
just
even
making
know.
me confused.
Yeah, I'm like, but I think that's the whole point. It's like an inside joke. It's like you're old,
Yeah.
meaning us, old. Yeah.
And they're
And
like,
yeah, you know what? We're making new numbers.
new
Mhm.
numbers.
Yeah.
All right. So 26 is 2026, and we're at podcast 20.
All right. Until next time, Sleep Nation, stay tuned. We're going to talk more about sleep and anxiety, deep dives.
Overthink.
Yes,
Bye.
we all do it.